Whenever I scroll through threads, I always see apps that look so premium, but when I look at my own app, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was not really satisfied with the UI of my app that you saw last video. It didn't feel right like those premium apps that you see on threads, so I decided to make a change again. And here is what I did. What's wrong for me? Whenever I opened the app, it felt cheap. There's nothing that interests my eyes. The app felt bland and flat, and the colors didn't necessarily scream premium app to me. Maybe because the background is grey, the cut color is white. Maybe because the vibe of the accent color looks a bit old schoolish. Or maybe because the text do not have any color to help differentiate between the categories and add some spice to the app. It is an obvious decision to change them, and I didn't really want to be depressed every time I open the app. The fixing. I will tackle each of these problems one by one and the reasoning behind them. First, the add button in the card. This add button did not really serve any meaning to the homepage at all. It did not improve the homepage, but it made it worse by adding many unnecessary buttons that the users have to see. So I moved the entire add recipe to the today's page functionality into the today's page, which makes sense. This declutters the homepage by a lot and made the homepage feel homely. Because realistically at home, you do not want your house to be so cluttered. You want the house to be clean and spotless. Next, the spaces. The padding in the card made the app feel less premium and reduces the image size a bit, which is not ideal because the users will most probably use the image as the first point of reference when they are looking for the recipes. So it is not ideal to reduce the size of the image, especially when they are using the grid view of the app. Therefore, I removed the space between the image and the card border, which made the whole card feel more premium at the same time. With these two changes, I'm actually starting to be satisfied with the app UI. Except for this space in the card. This space problem is actually quite obvious in the grid view. This happens because when the description of one card is taller than the other, the shorter one you will have to lengthen the height to match the longer one so that it doesn't leave any space below the card. I had to remove this space somehow. Then one day, when I was in the gym, I was scrolling through Rednote or Xiaohongshu, the Chinese Instagram, and it hit me. In the app, the bottom card just moves upwards to fill the space left when the top card shrinks in height. This is called the Mansory layout. I think that's how you pronounce it. So I stole this idea and implemented it into the app. When the users did not have any description of both meta filled up, the card height will shrink and the bottom card will move up to fill the space. At this point, the app started to just feel right. I don't know how to describe it. Next, the colors. Choosing the background color of the app was relatively simple. When you search homely color palettes online, literally most of them have cream as one of those colors. So it made perfect sense to use cream for the background of the app. But the difficult part is actually matching different elements with different colors to the background. I needed to choose colors that matches the background properly for the cards, and also find the colors that contrast the background for like buttons. For the accent color, the previous color I chose felt a bit too muddy and dusty and ruined the kitchen-y theme. I wanted something more clean, more vibrant, more pop, which should contrast well with the background. So I picked this color, a warm amber looking color, which made the app feel more homely and doesn't make it look old. For the cards, at first I chose white, but every time I opened the app, the card just stole my attention every time. And it got a bit too distracting when there's like many recipes on the homepage. So I used an off-white color and removed the borders to slightly blend them with the background. But you still be able to tell that it is a card. For the tags, I used pastel colors to not make them stand out as much, and these contrasting colors with the same hue for the text to make it more readable. And lastly, for the placeholder image, the orange color took the attention away whenever I opened the app. Hence, I grayed out the placeholder image, which made sense because typically non-existent elements are represented using grey color. To be honest, although the app looks nice now, something felt wrong, but I have no clue what it is. I had to refer to the notes that I have from the video about improving UI UX to see what else I'm missing. From there, I realized typography and font. I've forgotten to add a goddamn font to the app. It is literally in the middle of the page of the notes. No wonder it didn't feel right. But the problem is what font to choose. Good question. I have no idea. So I asked ChatGPT to help me figure out on what font to choose for the homely, pastel-y recipe app. I had to go with Inter. I asked Claude on how to add it into the app and asked Copilot to help me apply the styles to all the elements because I'm lazy. And finally, with all these changes, I am finally satisfied with the UI and the theme and posted it on threads. 2 people agreed with me and there are no opposition so far. If you have any, you can just comment it down below. So yeah, these are what I did for the UI changes to be satisfied with the app. Anyways, that's my opinion. Bye.